if I'm the case agent, right? I'm the case agent and Patel is the director, right? You're in a weird spot because this is a huge case. The people want to know what's going on. We already know that no one trusts the FBI anymore, right? So it's like, is it going to hurt your investigation significantly when you already released a portion of the video from a criminal investigative standpoint? I don't think it does at this point.
Well, hold on.
You might as well release it. We got the affidavits. They put their PC out there.
Unless there's something in the video we don't know that they don't want to release, right? And that's the challenge. There may be something. I would say this.
Sure, they could be. Yeah, you're right.
I'll put it like this. I agree with you, and that I think in most circumstances the probability is they should release it so that we know, and it puts all of this stuff to bed. Because, dude, it is frustrating when I'm like watching these videos that are intentional click and rage bait that are distracting. I've made this point about conspiracy theories quite a bit. One of the strategies of intelligence agencies to kill a conspiracy theory is to throw false theories out.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's put this to bed. So, but I agree with you. But then I would also wonder, what if there's like, this is the 5% time where there's something unique to the case we don't know that could compromise their investigation? Like, what if there is a potential link between, let's put it this way, and this is just hyper speculation to make an example.
Sure.
The conversation between the suspected assassin and the transferee boyfriend is, well, I'm just trying to be factual, is no one believes it's real.
Right.
Like, from the far left to the far right to up, down, left, right, everyone's like, are you kidding me? Now, to be fair.
And that's why I think they should release it. Like, I would take losing a little bit of leverage in a criminal investigation to get public trust
Let me
back.
make this point. So Matt Walsh's theory is that they scripted this conversation immediately afterwards to create reasonable doubt in the event the boyfriend's ever charged with something as an accomplice. The boyfriend they then go to trial and say, look at this message. It proves the boyfriend didn't know, or at bare minimum, presents reasonable doubt. I don't know. All we can say is it's really weird. There have been some people who have said, trust me, there are these online accounts that track the far left, and they're like, these wacko transferee internet anime dudes literally talk like this because they've got some kind of like developmental weird social thing. But, and this is again, just for the purpose of example, what if in the video it shows potential contact or some kind of connection between the boyfriend and accomplice and the shooter? They're not releasing it because they don't want the public to get access to this information, which could benefit a trans cult that did this. Like, they don't want, they're investigating this Utah-based trans queer rifle group or whatever, as well as a bunch of Discord groups. Cash and the Utah government may be thinking, we don't want them to know we have this information. They will use that to their advantage to try and escape or get away with it or craft, some kind of alternative theories.
Let me add to that. So the first thing that they told us was there was this big plot on Discord. And then the day after, the CEO of Discord comes out and says, we've reviewed every single piece of communication that Tyler made on Discord, and there was never any plotting or planning of any type of violence. Now, when you talk about conspiracy theories, so Blake Bednar is the man who also broke the story about him, like the crowd crouching down. Blake is working with a group of independent journalists. These are students at the university that have been just relentless about going through and finding every piece of footage. So in the original video, that 60-minute live stream, there's a part of the video where you can see this man filming on the railing that's directly across from Charlie, probably 45, 50 yards out, and he's filming with this high-end Sony camera. So Blake was able to track this man down. He got the footage from this man, and yesterday, for the first time, we were able to see what actually happened in really clear, crispy 4K video, unedited. And in that video, you see, and I showed it to Myron on the way here, you see, and I sent it to Tim News IRL on X if you want to pull it up. His Blake Bednar's. You see a device. Something goes off under his shirt. Now, this is the first conspiracy theory that I've actually entertained the thought of.
Under Charlie's shirt?
Yeah, where his microphone is. Something goes off, and you see this thing go up into his shirt. It's like something was under his shirt, and it goes up like this, and it snaps. And then at the same time, the necklace, he's wearing a steel necklace or a silver necklace. The necklace snaps in the front and then blows off over his head. What detonated? What went off under that shirt? What was that? For the first time, we actually see the cloud of, like, is it a cloud of dust or a cloud of smoke? Myron, you can comment on it. You saw it.
Yeah, no, but go ahead.
That was a big leap from there's something in the video to a detonation occurred under his shirt.
Well, I don't know. How do you explain what would cause this dust? Maybe it was just the way his body reacted and the mic kind of came up and something broke in the mic. That when the necklace broke, it kind of broke that thing. But something like shoots up or it looks like it shoots up. It goes up into his shirt and then instantly snaps back down in slow motion. And all the experts that were saying that he originally was wearing a bulletproof vest, they're going, you're watching something like they said that.
They're not experts when they said that.
Well, they're saying that his body reacted before you actually seen the hole. So his body recoiled, and then all of a sudden it was like something hit the vest and the bullet shot up into his neck.
But again, these people are not experts. Like, you know this. You're going to see the body hit before you're going to see a hole break.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, so,
Like the body armor thing was so annoying.
Pull up that video and watch
because
it.
there's just photos of it. You can see his nipples, and then people started saying, "Oh no, it's a central plate over his heart." I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, people were
the
saying
thing
that
is that there's so many different, because with this situation, first it was he had bulletproof armor and it ricocheted up and hit him in the neck. Then it was, no, his nipples are showing, there's no way he had body armor. Then it's like, oh no, the device exploded, under his shirt. Other people said, well, the rifle is so powerful that, it just blew the shirt up. Like, I've heard so many different theories, and it's like, at this point, I don't know what to believe. I'm obviously like looking at all the evidence. I'm just extremely skeptical of everything they've been telling us, because it's like, one thing comes out and then like, oh no, that's not true. Like, I just heard that the rifle you were telling me that they had the picture of, that's not even the rifle that they seized.
There's no official.
And then no serial number on the rifle. Like, what?
So the first thing is the photo that came out of the rifle.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not an antique Mauser. That was my first thought.
Yeah, it was a modern one. It was a modern looking one.
It looks modern plastic. I mean, but hey, look, I don't know.
And then too.
Wait, was it a Mauser?
Yeah, it was. And then that's another thing. Let's be honest here. Rest in peace to Charlie. But if you got hit by that round, it would have
that one I disagree with.
And I want to say this too: is there's no official. There's no official reporting that says it's a 30-06. That has only came from the Turning Point team, that the Jan who released that. In the indictment, it says bolt action rifle. So what the FBI has been doing is they've been coming back, and after we eat their theories apart, they go, wait, where'd you hear that at? That was not an official narrative. We never said that. That came from the media or somebody else. I'm saying there's nothing official that I've seen yet that says a 30-06.
That's important. I didn't know that.
All right.
That's good.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, because everyone has been 30-06. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and maybe I'm wrong. So maybe somebody in the live chat can pull up an FBI document or something official that shows.
Where did that come from?
This was Crowder's reporting, wasn't it?
Pull it up. See if there's anything.
30-06. Yeah.
In the indictment, in the charges.
It was that DOJ document.
Yeah, and that came from ATF, by the way. That the lead agency on guns.
That's right.
Because in the charging document, it only says bolt action rifle. That was a 10-page PDF that they released.
Yeah,
5 or 6 days ago.
So keep in mind, with these criminal complaints, they don't have they put the minimum for probable cause. So like, when I was an agent, you're gonna put the least amount you need just to get paper on them and put them in jail.
So let me pull this in.
Yeah, because it was Crowder that reported it?
Yeah, so this is DOJ.gov ATF document that says, it'll probably be easier to read if I just do this.
Yeah.
It says, the ATF and other law enforcement located an older model imported Mauser 30-06 caliber bolt action rifle wrapped in a towel in a wooded area near the campus.
Yeah.
So here's the important thing.
We don't know that rifle was even run on the
list. It's still fair to say this does not confirm it, and I would wait for an official statement. And the reason why is this is the initial report they got, which also mentions cartridges expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology. It is fair to say that what was written on that could be better described. Transgender and anti-fascist ideology is not incorrect, but is it possible that the initial report from the ATF when they found the rifle was the presumption of a 30-06 they included in their report, and then later they're like, oh, actually, it was a 308? Like, this was not an official release, so I think we should be careful.
Of course, but I will say this. They subpoenaed him for this. So.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so that's
real. It's real.
Yeah, it's real. That means it's definitely real. It's probably mostly accurate, because the fact that they subpoenaed him so quickly after, there's definitely an internal affairs DOJ
I'm just saying, is it possible when the ATF when the law enforcement found it, a guy who didn't know said 30-06 but wasn't sure, like made a mistake?
Nah, all those guys at ATF are.
No, this was law enforcement who recovered it, not ATF.
No, but this is internal documents from the ATF,
and we don't even know if that was
what they're saying.
Right.
We don't know if that was the gun he had the roof. They found
every ATF agent. Right. Is a gun expert. They have one of the most intensive academies when it comes to firearms and identifying firearms, because if you charge someone with 18 U.S.C. 922, right, which is found in possession of a firearm, one of the things you need to establish is something called interstate nexus. And for you to establish interstate nexus, you need to have the firearm, do a test fire, and then establish that different parts of that gun come from different places, therefore affecting interstate commerce. That's how the feds get the jurisdiction. So everyone at the ATF, especially the agents, all have a ridiculous amount of knowledge for the guns, because they have a very difficult test to graduate their academy.
This is actually a really good breakdown or pause point to say we're not even thinking that. You're right. They found a gun. We don't know for sure this is the gun that he had. We assume it is. Now, I do...
Based off the text messages.
Exactly.
Which are weird.
And if there was multiple...
Thanks for watching this clip from the Culture War podcast. We're live every Friday, 10 a.m. to noon, so subscribe and come hang out.